Hi, I'm Dorita, and I'm doing something that is conventionally not me. That is conventionally not something I've done before as an introvert. I've taken myself out to a cafe and I'm filming a book review. I'm an introvert, in case you don't know, and well, in case you didn't know, now you know. So thought I would take myself out and talk about this wonderful book, Tuesday with Morrie. And I'd like to do this with as least edits as possible, which means slowing down my speech because your girl likes to be on a bullet train with her speech sometimes. So I purchased the book as a second-hand copy. Check out its yellowed pages. And it's been with me for a while. If you purchase books, are you one of those people that buy books and wait for a suitable time to read them? If you are, you're something like me. So this was on my bookshelf for a very long time. Until last year, when circumstances in my life, which is dealing with grief of a family member, of a loved one, and me being unable to cope with that grief, led me to pull out this book from the shelves. And what a book. For all of those people that said that this is a classic, it truly does deserve the respect that it carries. This book was something that taught me a lot. So let's talk a bit about it. Before I get into talking about the book, I just want to talk about you. So most of us have been thought about life being this hustle grind culture. We all do 9 to 5s, we study hard, work hard, and then maybe someday we'll play hard. And everything is for that goal of the future of what we will get when we get XYZ, how we'll feel when we reach there. And this book kind of breaks it down. So the author of this book is Mitch Albom. He's written many other cult popular books, and this book talks about him with his former college professor who he manages to stumble into. And this time his professor Morrie teaches him different form of lessons, life lessons, if you may. So for a lot of us, death is a really uncomfortable topic, and it definitely did feel like that for me too when I went through grief. I couldn't unpack it, I couldn't process it, even though that is something that we know will happen for certain the day that we're born. We all know we're gonna die, and yet we end up living lives like that event may not happen. In this book, Morrie goes through ALS, a life threatening disease. It eventually takes control of everything, all your motor functions in your body. So, the one thing Morrie brings about right at the get go of the book is he's aware of his death, and he's aware of the journey to death that this disease would take him. And how he accepts that and how he handles that with grace gives this book the whole lesson for us, which is how to deal with life, how to deal with living when you know that this is the end. I'm not talking about the disease, but death is the end. He gives out interviews, he lives life to its fullest, he laughs, he deals with it with so much humor and grace. And his death in this book will hit home for you when you read it. It feels like you've lost somebody. This would be one of the books that you'd like to reread from time to time, because what happens to us as we live our normal lives, we all have like a moment of realization when you find out somebody you know has lost their lives early or late. And then we're like, no, I'm going to bring about this change right now. I'm going to live life differently. I'm not going to do this any longer. And then a couple of days it goes away. And that's but normal, right? It happens to all of us. Maybe this book would be a nice little reminder on how to live life for the moment that it is.